Hi everyone, Sandy here with video tutorial number 2 on decorating the little doghouse mini album that I designed for Country Craft Creations using Authentique's companion paper collection. Now this is a still video where I am just sharing photos of each page and the cover of the album and telling you how I decorated. So let's get started. For the inside of the cover of the Doghouse album, I selected a cut apart. I chose this I Didn't Rescue My Dog, Rescued Me, and I matted it to red cardstock, and then I simply attached it down to the back side of the album cover. For page 1, I cut a photo mat, or just a mat of red cardstock that measures 2.5-inch square, and attached that down to the page. Then I took pattern paper square and folded it in half and cut out a heart, just like you do when you were making valentines for your children or when you were a child and you made valentines. Then I glued that down to the red cardstock and cut a border around the heart, attached it down as a pocket so there's just glue on each side of the heart and down to the bottom point. And then I cut out of white cardstock a bone shape and marked it with black pen and put this inside the pocket. Then I added paw print sticker element that is metal that I had in my stash and Scrabble letters that spell love you. The bone measures about 3.5 inches long by 1.5 inches wide. And then I also added a flower and button twine. Page 2 has a red cardstock mat that is cut to about a 3.25-inch square, and then I photo corner punched 2 of the opposing corners on this mat. Page 3, the first little half page, I added a little wood dog element that I found in one of the local craft stores, looking in different departments besides just scrapbooking for different elements to add into your albums. So this was found in the wood crafts, and it was already painted and finished, and then I also added a flower. Page 4 is the back side of the half page, and you'll see that on the left the back side of the little dog is finished and it sticks out beyond the half page. So on this page I just added a red cardstock mat that's cut 2 inches wide by 2.5 inches tall and used a chomper photo corners on 2 of the corners. Then I added a heart sticker from the Companions collection and a paw print metal sticker element that I had in my stash. For page 5, from the cut-aparts, I cut 2 of the dog portrait pictures, and then I made a cardstock hinge that is 1 inch wide by the length of the cut-apart, which is about 4 inches, and then scored and folded the hinge in half, and attached it to the back side of this first little dog portrait, and then attached it to the page. Then I covered the back side of the first dog portrait, which had a cat image, and I covered it with the other dog image that you see here. Then I added a red cardstock photo mat that measures 2 3/4 inches wide by 3 3/4 inches tall. And I also punched 2 circles, 1-inch circles out of cardstock, and made the tab and added a sticker. Now to tie this shut, I did wrap a red ribbon cord around the page to tie it in the front. On page 6, this is where you cover the ribbon cord, and I cut a black cardstock mat to cover that, and it's 3 3/4 inches by 3 3/4 inches, and I photo corner punched 2 of the corners. On page 7, I cut a red photo mat out of the coordinating cardstock that coordinates with the Companions paper collection. Photo corner punched the corners, and then I created a little collar out of some ribbon I found that had the little gold rhinestones already on it. I folded it in half, and it measures, the ribbon's a 1/2 inch wide, and the finished collar is about 3 1/4 inches, and I glue it flat onto the mat, the page and the mat, and then I also added red string and tied it to a 1-inch circle where I'd added a paw print sticker element, a metal sticker element. On page 8, I used some more of the Scrabble letters to spell out the word bark. I added a flower and a black button twine bow. And then I added a red coordinating cardstock mat that measures 3.5 inches by 2 1/4 inches, and then layered on top another one of these hearts that you cut by hand by folding the printed paper in half. And I cut out the largest heart, then folded in half again and cut out the center heart. And then I created a very small hinge. It's about a 1/2 inch wide by 3 3/4 inches long, scored in half, and attach it to the heart that you see on top so that it opens up. And I also used small magnets to make a closure and covered those with stickers that you will see, the one on the inside also. And on the front I added flowers and a dog paper clip that I had in my stash. This is the inside with the heart open back. You see the little hinge and the 2 stickers that I used to cover the magnets. For page 9, I used the negative paper of the large heart that I cut out for the previous page, and I trimmed the square around it to about 4 1/4 inches to put onto the page and create a frame. I used glue on the left and right side and just along the bottom. Then I added 4 of the metal sticker elements that I had in my stash. So you have this as a frame. You can slide a photo in from the top. On page 10, I added a black cardstock mat that measures 3 1/4 inch square and photo corner punched 2 of the corners and added flowers. Page 11 is the other half page, and I attached a large wood paw print that I purchased at a local craft store in the wood department, and then I also added a red button twine bow. For page 12, the other side of the half page, I fussy cut out this dog shadow photo with this sentiment or saying on it from the cut aparts, glued it to the page, and then added 3 of the red flowers. Page 13 is another cut apart that I turned into a pocket by adding glue to the left and right side, a line of glue, and a line of glue across the bottom. And then I created small tags. There are 2 of them that are 2 1/2 inches wide by 4 inches tall, and one that is 2 1/4 inches wide by 3 1/4 inches tall. Add string, ribbon, and a flower as desired to your tags. For page 14, first create a hinge out of patterned paper that measures a 1/2 inch wide by 3 7/8 inches tall. Fold and score in half lengthwise and attach it to a cut apart, and then attach it to the page. Then mat the back of the cut apart with patterned paper and added a black cardstock journaling box that measures 2 3/4 by 2 3/8 and added white pen lines and stickers. And then I held it closed with a dog-shaped paper clip. On the inside back cover, I added a patterned paper photo mat that measures 3 1/2 inches wide by 4 1/4 inches tall. Photo corner punched 2 of the corners and then added the sticker there at the top on the left. And then I turned the album over and added to the back a little sticker on the back on the bottom. To finish this project, I decorated the front cover. I fussy cut out the puppy love and glued that to the top. Then I fussy cut out the little dog shadow from one of the cut aparts and glued that to the left side of the door. And then I also glued 2 small cut aparts, the pink heart with the brown paw and the wolf to the right side, and then added my dog spelled with Scrabble letters and glued those on. And I do use the art glitter glue that dries clear for all of my elements, including flowers and metal and these wood Scrabble tiles. I use that on everything. I glued in 3 of the little flowers that match the flowers on the inside to the front cover, and then I created and tied a bow out of the red cord ribbon, out of twine, button twine. I used brown, and then I also used the jute twine and created a bow. And then in the center of the bow I added one of the paw print, the metal paw print stickers, and attached that to the center. Then I tied cords and ribbon and string to the ring and added 2 dog charms that I had in my stash. And this concludes my tutorial series for this little doghouse mini album and how I decorated my album. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I want to thank you for watching, and please remember to shop at countrycraftcreations.com. Have a wonderful day. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.